Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lauren Langton. It is 12 o'clock, officially the start time of our webinar. I would like to welcome everyone, and we're going to wait about 30 seconds to see if anyone else hops in, and then we will get started. Couple quick housekeeping items. Everyone is muted so that you can hear my voice clearly. But if you do have a question, you can ask a question. Those features should be available. You can also type them in. So click on raise your hand or just enter a question into the chat portion, and I'll be happy to address it. The purpose of this webinar is to give you 50 ways to invite that you probably have never heard of before. No matter which way you choose to invite, I want you to promise to do a couple things. First, never say weekly, because almost nobody is excited about a weekly meeting, so there's no need to say weekly. Never say networking, because that's something people do everywhere. BNI is a referral organization, and everyone loves referrals. Never say club, friends, or join. And never sell BNI. The meeting is what sells BNI. So with these 4 things in mind, we're going to jump into the 50 ways to invite. But again, no matter which way you choose to invite, you want to stay away from these 4 items. So we have 60 minutes and 50 ways. It's going to be fast. Please don't feel like you need to write any of these down. Everyone will get an email copy of all of these items. So first, move your appointments to immediately before or after the BNI meeting at the same venue. So if you are meeting with someone to sign a contract or interview them, any kind of business you're doing, have them meet right before or after your BNI meeting. Why would you want to do that? Well, as they're coming in at the end of a meeting and see all of these great professionals milling around and networking, they're probably going to ask you what this is. Who are these people? What are you guys doing here? Same thing for before the meeting. As everyone comes in during open networking, you can actually introduce them around. It's a great way to get them to see BNI without committing to visit. Ask their availability in the distant future. This is especially helpful right now in the summer where a lot of people can be busy, especially in certain areas of our region. So rather than asking, hey, what are you doing next Tuesday? Ask them their availability 3, 4, 5, even 6 weeks out. Chances are you have a better chance of having an opening 6 or 8 weeks from now than you do next Tuesday. So when you're inviting, ask people their availability in the distant future. Again, you're not saying weekly. They don't need to know that this meeting happens every Tuesday. Do your members trust you with their letterhead? If they do, send 3 or 4 letters from different letterheads to the prospect so they feel important. Let's say you're really trying to get that great CPA in your town to visit. Ask for 3 or 4 people in your chapter to give you a copy of their letterhead so you can send an invitation on their behalf. You might want to be strategic about the 3 or 4 people you choose. So if you're targeting a CPA, maybe grab one from a few of the attorneys and the financial planner, as well as yourself, so the CPA can see that, wow, there's quite a few really prominent business professionals in this area that want me to attend this meeting. I should probably reply. Let's sign the contract at my favorite place to meet. Could be sign the contract or pick up the document, whatever item it is you're doing to meet with this person, but tell them it's your favorite place to meet. Again, they're going to ask a follow-up question. That's great information. That's something you would say after someone gives some great business advice or something from a book they read. And you would reply, that's great information. Would you mind sharing it? I'll connect you with our education coordinator. You're not asking them to do the educational moment. You're simply asking them, hey, will you come and share that great piece of information with the person in my referral organization that's responsible for educating us? It's a great opportunity to get them to come and feel like they're adding some value to that meeting. This is one of my favorites. How would you like to owe me a really good, or I'm sorry, how would you like me to owe you a really big favor? This would be a pre-visit before you become my substitute. So let's say you have someone in your network and you ask them, listen, how would you like for me to owe you a favor? Will you come to this meeting? I may need a substitute. I may be going on vacation in a few months and need you to come and represent me. Will you come and visit and see if you'd be interested in substituting? This way they're coming as a visitor. They can speak about their business where substitutes can't. And it's a great opportunity to have, you owe them a favor. Everyone likes to be owed a favor. Would you like to meet the president? Well, you're not being entirely truthful. It's not the president of the United States, but it's still a great opening line. Would you like to meet the president of the referral organization I belong to? The president of any organization, whether it's a chamber or a BNI chapter or even, the book club that you're in, it's still an opportunity to meet the president of an organization. I know that you're too busy for referrals. So who's a trusted competitor? This is great. People on the Cape are constantly talking about how challenging it is to get a tradesperson this time of year. So call up that plumber that you know is too busy and tell them, I know you're too busy for referrals, but who's someone you trust that I could refer to? Two things could happen. One, they may correct you and say, well, I'm never too busy for more work. I would actually like more work, so refer to me. Or they could actually refer you to somebody they know and trust that is looking for more business. Can I take you to lunch or breakfast and also introduce you around? What's great about this approach is it's really what's in it for them. So can I take you to lunch? Breakfast is on me, or let me get you lunch. And I want to introduce you around to some really great local professionals. So please let me do that for you. Let me introduce you to some great people while I buy you lunch or breakfast. I insist on picking you up. It's my way of treating you with the respect you deserve. This one may or may not be comfortable coming from you. And side note, for all of these, not all of them are going to work for you, but you just may find a couple that do. This can work great if you have the personality to pull it off and you have a car that you're not afraid to let someone drive in. What's cool about this is when you get them to commit, they're really going to commit because they know you're going to be at their house at 6:30 or 6:15, whatever time, if you have an early morning meeting, to come and pick them up. Chances are they're going to be ready rather than blowing you off. We're hosting a training session. Can I take care of your tickets? This is great if you know that the 10-minute presenter is doing a big chunk on their industry. For example, if you have a financial planner that's going to talk about the stock market, or a realtor that's going to talk about, the do's and don'ts in your home. Or maybe you have the director who's coming to speak about inviting or passing referrals, any bit about business. So in order to do this, you really have to know who the speaker is and what their topic will be. You could also, sometimes chapters will hold a social media event or some kind of additional training and offer it to them. Now, when you say, can I take care of your tickets? Again, they don't need to know that the meeting doesn't cost any money. You're simply saying, hey, we're having a great training session. It's also a networking event with a featured speaker. Can I take care of your tickets? My gift to you. Everyone has been asking for people like you. What you want to do is make sure that you plan this. So if you're going to have them visit in 2 weeks, you want to tell all of your referral partners to get up and talk about how they need a CPA. This way, when you invite the CPA and you tell them everyone's asking for people like you, they come to the meeting, it actually happens. Wow, look at this. Everyone really is asking for a CPA. They have that much business to refer. As a thank you for whatever, it could be doing a great job or helping them out, any kind of thank you, I would like to introduce you to Bob Smith. Bob has given over $500,000 or $50,000 in business to my referral team. So you have to do a little bit of work on this one. Go to the Palms report and do it for any date period. So you could say last year, Bob generated $63,000, or pull it up for the entire time the chapter's been around. Some of our members are well over $1 million. If they've been in BNI for 16, 17 years, that money adds up. So you could say, I'd like to introduce you to Bob Smith, who's given over $900,000 in business to my referral team. You don't have to be specific with the dates, but you do want to be correct in the data. So this is a great opportunity to really sell one of the people in your chapter. You're also going to be a hero with Bob Smith or whichever person in your chapter you choose. To have, imagine you're there in open networking and someone comes up to you so excited to meet you because they've heard how much business you give away. What a great opportunity for that person in your group. Another one I love. You don't know Bob Smith? I am so sorry I've never introduced you before. How soon can I fix this? This is a great one to use, especially if people are in the same contact sphere. So let's say you have a great attorney in your chapter and you're focusing on getting the CPA in. You're talking to your CPA and mention their name. Well, Bob Smith. Wait, you don't know Bob Smith? I am so sorry. Please let me fix it. When's the next Tuesday you can come so I can rectify this? I'll have my people call your people. Kind of a cheesy line, but it's a really fun one. Have the visitor host call on your behalf. People don't like to disappoint strangers. So if you talk to somebody about the opportunity to be part of a referral network and they're interested, tell them I'll have a representative call you. Have the visitor host call and set up a time to visit the chapter. So the visitor host, all their job is to call and say, great, Lauren asked me to call and reach out to register you for one of our upcoming meetings. What date would you be interested in attending? I would also recommend to have that visitor host register them on BNIRI. That way that person will get the email right away that they're registered and reminder emails coming up. So this is a great opportunity. If you're at a networking event, they're interested, take their card and tell them you're going to have your people call. I'm seeking your advice. Will you come observe our meeting and give me feedback? This is a great opportunity because people love to be asked for their advice, right? Everyone loves to give advice, whether it's solicited or not. So here's an opportunity to give someone the chance to come and give you some feedback, give them some advice. Invite them to the meeting. They don't realize they're there as a visitor, as a potential member. They're simply there to check out the meeting and give you some feedback. There's also a great chance they could have some feedback that could be really helpful for you and your chapter. So if you have that fresh face, someone who's really a successful business owner, and they come in and witness your meeting, they can give you some feedback of what it looks like from the outside. Sometimes if we're there every week, we can forget what the meeting looks like to a visitor. So this is kind of twofold. You get them to attend, but you also could get some really valuable feedback. I've got a gift for you. It could be a ticket or a present, something small. Would you like to meet to get it? And have them meet during open networking. So I'll be, here for about 15 minutes between 7 and 7:15 at the beach house or wherever your chapter meets. Come and grab this item that I have for you. It also could be work if someone leaves behind, their business cards or a card file, some kind of item, and you're looking to come and get it. Oh, meet me here between this time. It's open networking for my referral group. It's not you. It's whom you know. You're so connected. Whom would you recommend we contact? This works great for someone who truly isn't a good fit for BNI. Let's say you have someone who is the fire chief of your town. Extremely well connected. They know everybody. But obviously a fireman isn't a good fit for BNI. They're not looking for referrals. But they know people. So who in your network is very well connected but isn't a good fit for BNI? Call and ask them. I know that this isn't right for you, but what business owner do you know that really could use some help? They're really great at what they do and they deserve more business. I would like to give them the opportunity to get more through my referral network. Who do you know that would benefit from that opportunity? Last week, someone specifically asked for you, which is why I want to bring you to my meeting to impress them. Will you help me? How many times has that happened? You're at your BNI meeting and a member gets up and asks for someone specific. I'm looking for the owner of the Black Cat restaurant in Hyannis, and you know that person. Go to them and say, listen, someone I really trust is looking to meet you. You're that important. Pump them up a little bit. You are so well known and important that I know someone who is specifically asking to meet you. Would you do me a favor and come to my networking event and just meet them? There's no obligation there. You're not asking them to do business with the person. You're not asking them to do anything other than meet a new face. So there's no pressure here. This isn't up to you to close the deal. You're simply getting that person who was asked by one of your members to come and visit to the meeting to introduce them. It's my anniversary. I'm bringing the donuts. Or it's a new member induction, or my feature presentation, or really just your turn to bring the donuts. Saying that it's a special event or some kind of exciting thing that's going to happen at a networking event is better than, do you want to come meet these people that we meet every week? Make it a little bit more exciting. So when you're doing your feature presentation or someone's being inducted into your chapter, that's a great opportunity to invite. It's something special, so put it out on Facebook. It's my anniversary. I've been in BNI for 2 years. Please come to this special meeting, and maybe give the leadership team a heads up if you're doing this so they can congratulate you on the anniversary. Maybe hold on to your ribbon until you can have a few more people there where you can get that ribbon and be recognized. We want to improve our appearance, and we're seeking a visit from photographer, social media expert, PR person, even a journalist for, a local paper or radio station. This is a great way to get someone to visit. Again, you're not asking them to visit to be part of the chapter. You're asking them to visit based on their expertise. So if you know someone who's a social media expert, hey, will you come and look at my referral group and give us some advice? Maybe we want to work with you. I was in a business meeting with my most trusted referral partners and found myself thinking about your business. Couple things here that are really great. First of all, business meeting with my most trusted referral partners is probably going to elicit a follow-up question. And the fact that here I am with all of my trusted business associates and I'm thinking about your business, they're obviously going to ask you why. So the follow-up could be, well, someone was talking about how much money they've made off this, and I realized that you could really benefit from meeting with them, or you could benefit from this system. Or simply, I realized how perfect of a fit you would be to join in with my referral partners where we could refer to you as well. But it's a great icebreaker. Come hear our speaker who specifically asked for people like you. We actually train in Member Success Program that when you're doing your feature presentation to ask your members, your referral partners, to invite people to come and hear you speak. So if the realtor is up speaking, it's not uncommon for them to ask for mortgage brokers to be in the room. So if you have your realtor speaking and they ask for mortgage brokers, use that as the inviting technique. I have a local realtor. He's going to get up and talk about what he can do for his client, and he asked for mortgage brokers. This could be a great opportunity for you to come and meet him and hear what he has to say. This is another one of my favorites. It's not a product. It's a process. It personally brought me 35 referrals in the last year. Do you want to learn more about the process? When we talk about BNI, we often talk about it's a membership, here's a fee, pay this money, be part of the group. But BNI isn't a product, it is a process, much like a weight loss regimen is a process. So you want to share with them how many referrals you received and ask them, do you want to learn more about the process that helped me get these 20 or 30 or 50 referrals last year? Because of planning and space requirements, only registered attendees can attend. Would you like me to register you? This again is making use of the BNIRI.com function where you can register your visitors. It adds a great level of professionalism when they actually get an email saying they're registered to attend. This also forces them to make a commitment. So it's not, oh yeah, maybe, oh yeah, I might be able to do that. No, because of, space requirements or food, whatever, it may be for your room, whatever makes the most sense, you have to register to attend. So what date would you like me to register you? That way you can go even further, impress them, and have a pre-printed name tag ready to go. If you have one, even if you don't print it on a computer, take someone in your group that has great handwriting and have them write that name out, which again shows you pre-registered, we're expecting you, and we're glad you're here. It really elevates the level of professionalism. We may be looking for a new venue soon. Can you come to advise us? This works great for, again, that person who's very well connected. If you don't feel comfortable inviting them to see BNI or as part of that, invite them for their advice. People love to be asked for their advice. It makes them feel like they are an expert. You're a talented speaker. Would you come to a meeting to help me prepare for my feature presentation? This is another one that I absolutely love. Ask a trusted friend or someone that you really do value their opinion and they are a talented speaker. Have them come and visit the meeting with you so that they can help you craft your feature presentation. So when they get there, say, listen, what I'd like you to do is take a look at the meeting and then give me some advice on what I should speak about with my business. Let me write a commercial for you that you can try out with a large group of well-connected professionals. Talk about what's in it for them. So let's say you have someone who's a little bit more shy. We recently had a woman who cleans houses that was very shy and very nervous, and I thought of her when we had this idea come out. Write a commercial for them. All you have to do is get up and read it in front of a really great group of well-connected people. It's a great opportunity for someone, and again, offer to write it out for them, especially if they're nervous and really a little bit wary of public speaking. If you're at a big mixer, an after-hours event, we all go to those giant events, you can ask, would you like to try something completely different than this? A small group, it's focused, there's a tight agenda, and no chit-chat required. This is a great one, that no chit-chat required is a great tactic for the person you run into at that giant mixer who's standing with their glass of wine alone, nursing their wine and next to the food where they're a little bit nervous. We've all seen that. Maybe it's you. It was me when I first started networking. You stand alone, you're really uncomfortable, you're not liking this, you don't know who to talk to, it's just awkward for you. Wouldn't it be great if someone walked up to you and said, listen, would you like to try networking that's different? No chit chat, it's a tight agenda, come in, everyone gets a chance to speak, but it's a very focused, tight agenda. It's a great selling technique. How would you like to get 10 guaranteed meetings? This is another one that takes a little bit of preparation beforehand. Ask your chapter the week before. If I bring Bob Smith, the CPA, who would be willing to schedule a meeting with him this month? And this could be for any profession. So let's say your chapter has an opening for a life insurance representative. And you say, listen, I have someone I'm going to invite, but I want to promise him that they're going to get 10 meetings. So who here is committing that you will be one of the 10 that will meet with this person? And you talk about a great selling point. Then you go to that life insurance representative and you say, listen, I meet with a group of referral partners. I can guarantee you will get 10 meetings out of this. Now, you're not going to sell directly to them, but 10 opportunities to meet someone for a cup of coffee, tell them what you do, and let them know who you are, what you do, and how good you are. I bet you they might be able to refer you around. So that's one of my personal favorites. How would you like to test drive your marketing message? Another great line. I was recently speaking to a member who's actually now a director, and she said that she joined BNI so that she was better able to talk about her business. She said that because of the type of coaching she does, she needed a place where she could practice her marketing message. What a great way to invite someone and ask them, listen, how would you like to test drive your marketing message? Come in, talk about your business, and you can see how well it lands. What a great way to practice in front of a room full of people and do your elevator pitch, 60 seconds on your business, and I can give you some feedback on how well it was received. Another personal favorite of mine. I want to do more than just Yelp my testimonial for your business or Facebook testimonial, whatever testimonial they ask for. All the time when you work with someone, they will say, listen, would you mind giving me a review on Facebook or Yelp or whatever other program or platform they're looking for? Of course, you want to do that, but then offer them and say, listen, I'd love to do more than just give you a Facebook testimonial. I would like to bring you to a group of people that trust me, that I have strong relationships with, and get up and publicly talk about how great you are in front of my most trusted referral partners. Who would say no to that? So please come to this networking event where I can tell everyone in the room, they all trust me, they know me very well, and I can praise you in front of them. Another great opportunity. Who's going to say no to that? Check the mutual friends feature on Facebook or LinkedIn and have a single person get 3 calls in one day. Here's how you do this. Let's say, again, your chapter is looking for a CPA. Target the CPA that you want there and find out who in your group, your chapter, is also friends with that person or is connected to them on LinkedIn. So let's say I look up Bob Smith and I see that 3 of the referral partners in my chapter are connected to Bob. I reach out and say, listen, I'm going to call Bob. Will you call him at 11? Will you call him at 3? Will you call him at 4:30 and invite this person? It's a great opportunity to have multiple people in one day. If Bob gets 3 or 4 calls from people he knows, they're all already connected, what are the chances of him showing up? Pretty good, or at least committing to attend a meeting, as opposed to just shooting them an email and saying, hey, would you like to come to a networking event? Getting 3 calls in one day is way more of an impact. If it wasn't a good use of your time, I will meet you halfway on your hourly rate. Now, this one's a little bit more of a risk, and it works if someone charges by the hour. So let's say you're talking to an attorney. They're really well established. They are looking for more business, but they're not new in town. They want more business, but they don't need it as much. Offer to them, listen, come to this group of professionals I meet with, and we pass each other business. And listen, if it wasn't a good use of your time, I'll meet you halfway in your hourly rate. Find out what their hourly rate is first, so you know what you're promising. But chances are, even if it wasn't a good use of their time, they're probably not going to want to say that and hold you to it. But also, how much pride do you have in your chapter? I know that there are chapters I support. I know for a fact that it's going to be a good use of their time. So it's no risk for me. Come and share your job posting with the most well-connected people in our community. Let's say you know a restaurateur who is looking to hire some people, or a landscaper looking to hire. Have them visit and publicly post their job opening. Great way, again, to get them to the meeting, and you're focusing on what's in it for them. Would you like to be able to say, I've got a guy for that? I don't know about you, but I absolutely love being able to say that. If someone says, listen, I had an ice dam over the winter and there's mold in my house and I'm worried about, how I'm going to fix it. I love being able to say, I've got a guy to help you. Here are 3 or 4 people that I can recommend that I trust that you can help. So offer that. It's a great benefit of BNI to be able to help your friends, family, and clients. So sell that. That's a great selling point. How would you like to be able to have people that you can recommend? This is another personal favorite. Come share the biggest myth about your profession with the people in the community best suited to help stop that myth. No matter what industry you're in, there are the biggest misconceptions that you're constantly fighting. Use that. For someone in, let's say, reverse mortgages, this would be a great line. Listen, come and share the biggest myths about reverse mortgages with people in the community that are really best suited to stop it. I want to apologize for not inviting you to this meeting I went to today. We've got another one in 2 weeks. Again, this is a mentality. You're coming from a position of power. It's not, oh, will you please come to my BNI meeting? Instead, it's, wow, I am so sorry that I didn't invite you to this fantastic meeting I was at today. But you know what? There's another one in a couple of weeks. What are you doing 2 Tuesdays from now or 3 Tuesdays from now? Our professional relationship is at the next level, which is why I want to tell you about an invitation-only opportunity. This again is a changing your mindset about what BNI is, about who your referral partners are to you. Your chapter really is a success team that is invitation only. You want to talk about it that way. So listen, we've reached this new level in our professional relationship. After seeing how good of a job you did on that last client, I trust you enough to offer you this invitation-only opportunity. Think about what a difference that is of offering an invitation-only opportunity as opposed to, we're having a visitor day and I'm supposed to invite 5 people. Will you please come so I'll have a visitor? Look at the contrast between those two approaches. It's really coming from a position of power. We're looking for a celebrity judge this week. Now, this is actually a meeting stimulant, or if you want to make it very simple, have that person choose the best weekly presentation. And the celebrity judge could be a great way to get someone prominent in your community, maybe a local politician, or again, the police chief, or someone, a firefighter, someone who's involved in charity, somebody who may not be a good fit as a member, but they are someone that you want them to know about the people in the room. A lot of times with BNI, we focus on how we can grow in terms of new members, but we forget about just growing our visibility within the community. So I would suggest using this one, maybe even every, once a month or every other month. Who's someone in the town that needs to know that you're here? Imagine what kind of referrals the police chief could give your chapter if he knew about you and what you're doing. And who wouldn't want to be a celebrity judge? So this next one is another great one to use. I'll happily take your sales meeting, but first you need to attend my referral networking meeting. We don't get cold calls so much anymore, but I do get people walking into my office trying to sell me office supplies or water or all kinds of things. Tell them I'll happily meet with you, but first you need to attend my referral network meeting. What's great about this is someone who is going door to door or making cold calls obviously is looking for new business. Why not bring them to a venue? The chances of converting that visitor to an applicant and then to a member are very high. So tell them, listen, I'm happy to meet with you and you can pitch your products, but not until you visit my referral networking meeting. I'm trying out a new way of explaining my business. Would you like to hear it? Again, this is that seeking the advice from someone. So tell them, listen, I'm trying to mix up my marketing message. I'd love it if you could come to my network marketing meeting, my referral marketing meeting, and hear it. Tell me what you think. Here's a picture of a seat with your name on it. A paper with the person's profession on it works, so you could simply have CPA on the seat. The point is you want to follow up and explain that listen, we have this seat open for a CPA. Every week, it's an empty chair with the letters CPA marked on it because that's how badly we need a CPA to refer business to. And send them, take a picture and text it to them. Listen, I've got this seat waiting for you. Come check it out. I know you're traveling soon. Do you know about these businesses in the area? Here's how you do this. Let's say you have someone who's going to Disney World with their family at the end of August. Go to BNI Connect or go to bni.com. So two ways you can do it, and find some local businesses that are in BNI in that area. Maybe it's a mechanic in the area. So listen, in case your car breaks down while you're there, here's a great mechanic in the area. Maybe it's a dentist. If one of your kids cracks a tooth and you need a dentist on vacation, here's someone you could reach out to. The point of this is, first of all, you're building some credibility with that person. How sweet would it be if you're going on vacation to have someone hand you a nice handy list of people that they could reach out to if they need some help with something? But also, it's a great way to introduce them to the concept of BNI. They're obviously going to ask, well, thank you. Where did you get these people? How do you know them? And you can explain, well, they're part of the BNI worldwide organization. And, here's how BNI works. So my local people, we all meet weekly and we refer each other business. We trust each other enough. I know that these people are part of the same organization. Chances are you can trust them. It's much better than going to the yellow pages. Do you offer delivery? This could be for really any product or service that you're ordering. Have them deliver it during open networking to the meeting. So let's say, edible arrangements. Have them deliver and say, listen, is it possible for you to deliver to this location between 6:50 and 7:15? Maybe a few minutes before open networking, right up to the start of the second portion of the meeting. They're going to walk in with their flowers or baked goods or promo products. Look around. They're probably going to ask you, what's going on here? Well, as a matter of fact, this is a referral networking organization. What are you doing next Tuesday? Would you like to come and pitch your business? What is the slowest time of year for your business? This is a conversation starter. So this isn't an invitation, but it's a great way to start a conversation that can lead to an invitation. So let's say their slowest year is right now. Right now is the slowest time of year for me. Well, that's great. You've got a lot of extra time on your hands. How would you like to come meet some local professionals and maybe start building relationships so that you can maybe get some business? If they say their slowest time is not right now, let's say they're in the height of their busiest time in the summer and the winter is their slowest time. The invitation would then be, how would you like for that slow time to not quite be as slow as you're used to? How would you like to line up some business now to carry you through your slowest time of year? That's really what BNI does. Anyone who's busy right now, who's still in BNI, they're not in BNI because they need referrals this week. They're in BNI because they want to get through the winter. So they're filling their pipeline down the road to help make their slowest time of year, a month that they're not dipping into their savings or laying people off. So it's a great conversation starter where you can then segue into how BNI can help get rid of your slowest time. We only have one opening left for your profession. Now, we all know as members of BNI that it's only one person per profession, but still a great opening for an invitation. Hey, we only have one seat left for a bankruptcy attorney. I'm so glad that I ran into you. I would love for it to be you. It's just a great way to get them to, an icebreaker to start that conversation about BNI. I need your help. Can you attend a meeting with me and give me honest feedback about my message? So earlier we asked them, would you come and give me feedback about the group? This is, can you give me feedback about my message? What am I doing well? What am I doing not so well? Again, two parts to this. One, you get a visitor to attend the meeting. But two, you can get honest feedback about your message. So when you get up, especially for your feature presentation, but even for your weekly presentation, wouldn't it be great to have someone who's paying attention and they can say, listen, when you were up there talking, you kind of lost everybody. I could see a lot of people that didn't understand what you were talking about. Maybe you want to use less jargon, less industry terms when you're talking about your business. Or they might simply say, wow, it was great. I mean, everyone was nodding their head. They really seemed to love you and wanted to hear what you have to say. It's going to get them thinking, wow, it would be nice if I got up and was talking about my business and people were so excited to hear me speak. So again, a potential win-win for everybody. I know just the person to ask that question to, and I happen to be meeting her next Tuesday. Come and join us, and you can pick her brain. This happens all the time. When you are talking to somebody, even if it's a business conversation or personal, people say, well, I'm thinking about selling my house, but I'm not really sure if it's the right time to sell. Or I'd love to buy, not sell my house, rent it out, and buy a second property. You can say to them, I know just the person to talk to about that. And you know what? I happen to be seeing her next Tuesday. Why don't you come join? I'll introduce you and you can ask her those questions. The great part about this is it's also a potential referral for the referral partner in your chapter. So let's say someone has a tax question, or they have a couple employees and they're saying, I'm 1099ing them, but I'm not sure if I should be doing a 1099. Should I put them on payroll? I'm not sure. You can say, listen, I have a payroll expert that I actually am going to see on Tuesday. They'd be happy to answer those questions. And truthfully, I'm sure any payroll person would be ecstatic to answer those questions because it could turn into a potential referral. So this is another really awesome line that's on my personal favorite list. When you're making an appointment, so for anything, tell them, I can't do Tuesdays between 7 and 9 because that's when I collect referrals from my referral team. It's a really nonchalant kind of comment that's going to get some follow-up questions. Oh, yeah, nope, I can do any time except for Tuesday. 7 and 9, I'm actually meeting with my referral partners and collecting referrals. Again, you're coming from a position of power. This is a group that gives me regular referrals. Then this opens a conversation that might turn into an invitation. So there you have it, 50 ways to invite visitors that you probably have never heard